Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game Night in the Region, streaming live on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Lake Central High School as the Region Sports Network presents coverage of high school baseball as the Crown Point Bulldogs visit the Lake Central Indians. My name is Quincy Bell. I will have all of the play-by-play for you for tonight's broadcast, and folks, we're going to have a very fun game on our hands. Lake Central and Crown Point, two big rivals out of the Duneland Athletic Conference, and both of them are tied at the top of the DAC standings at 10-0. They will be playing two games this week, one today at Lake Central. They will play tomorrow at Crown Point. If one team can take both of those games, then they will have the outright lead for the DAC title. A split, they would probably share the DAC title, but a lot is on the line. These two teams are not very fond of each other, and we should have a fun one today. If you are a fan of pitching, you are in for a treat today. It's time to introduce the starting pitchers for today's games. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers. On the mound for the visitors out of Crown Point will be Logan Cotton. He is 5-0 with a .62 ERA in 34 innings, 45 strikeouts to only 9 walks, committed to Indiana University. Fastball tops out at around 91 with a 75-mile-an-hour slider and curveball, complete with an 84-mile-an-hour changeup 4-pitch mix. He has been terrific this year, sub-1 ERA. He's been magnificent. His counterpart for the home team, the Lake Central Indians, will be Josh Flores, who is also a senior, 5-0 with a 1.22 ERA in 23 innings pitched, 45 strikeouts to 20 walks. He is committed to play baseball at the University of Kentucky. Out of the SEC, the fastball tops out at 96. There are a bunch of major league pitchers who don't top out that much. I was at the Cubs game yesterday. Cubs starter Colin Ray was topping out at about 94. Flores tops out at 96. 85 miles an hour on the slider and the curve, and 88 on the change. That's the averages that we found on Prep Baseball Indiana. Those two are magnificent. These are two teams that hit very well. 449 on base as a team for both of these squads, both with an OPS above 800, both average 7.6 runs a game. They're very evenly matched offensively, but runs are going to be at an extreme premium today. You're looking at probably a 1-0, 2-1. It's going to be tough to scratch across runs today. Those are your Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today's game. Experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.org. We're going to come back with first pitch next. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual card, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region from St. John, Indiana. Lake Central and Crown Point just about to get started. We have good news to report on from the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling first pitch forecast. 75 degrees, feels like 75, humidity of 62%, winds to the northeast at 11 miles an hour. Whenever you have a baseball game, weather can really throw a wrench at things, but we have some beautiful weather to report. A little bit of rain to the south near I-65 in Valparaiso, but the rain should stay away. Maybe a little bit of sprinkling near the 5th, and it should be okay. We're going to cross our fingers that the rain stays away. That's been your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Thank you to them. We're going to give you the Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order. First for the visitors from Crown Point. The lineup will be as follows. Caden Matusak will lead off and play second base, followed by Noah Ehrlich, who will bat second and play left field. Billy Chidsey will hit third and play shortstop. Sean Dunlap, the Tennessee commit, will catch and clean up. Jace Horton will be the designated hitter and bat fifth. Jackson Alexander will hit sixth and play first base. Mitch Wagner will hit seventh and play right field. Linus Cheriton will play third base and hit eighth. And Brody Langens will bat ninth and play center field. Pretty strong Crown Point lineup. They're hitting .336 as a team this year, .449 on base as a team, and a .458 slugging. They average 7.5 runs and 8.5 hits per contest. So Josh Flores, very strong pitcher for Lake Central, as we mentioned in the open, but he will have his work cut out for him. This is a very strong Crown Point lineup. On the flip side, we'll give you the Lake Central order, who will be hitting in the bottom half of the first. It'll be Jake Figg to lead off, followed by Keegan O'Brien, Ryder Fernandez, Drew Kostiba, Parker Robinson, Dylan Hine, Tyler Colburn, Jacob Zimmerman, and Victor Villegas. It's another lineup for Lake Central who is very strong. .294 average as a team with a .449 on base, .415 slugging, and .864 OPS with 7.5 runs and hits per contest. Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. Host your next team gathering at the Great Lakes Sports Hub in Crown Point. Check them out on the web at greatlakesportshub.com. Both of the coaches are meeting at home plate. Head coach Mike Schwartzentruber for Lake Central and head coach Steve Strayer for Crown Point. Both of these coaches have very impressive resumes. You look at Mike Schwartzentruber in his 9th year at Lake Central, 186 and 53 record. Lake Central's been the cream of the crop in the DAC as of late. They've won the DAC 10 times, most recently in 2021, 2022, and 2023. They did not win the DAC last year. They actually finished third in the DAC, but they did run the table all the way to Indianapolis and won the state title. It was Schwartzentruber's first state title as Lake Central head coach. In DAC play, he's 90-18. Has won 6 sectionals and was named 2024 IHSAA Coach of the Year. On the flip side, you look at Steve Strayer. In his 24th season at Crown Point, he's been there for a long time. He was a member of the 2022 IHSBCA Hall of Fame. That's the Indiana High School Baseball Hall of Fame. He's won 14 sectional championships and 9 regional championships. Crown Point has won the DAC 11 times. That's one more than Lake Central. They've been in the DAC longer than Lake Central has. Lake Central joined in 2003. Crown Point had been in there since the league's inception. But that's pretty much what's on the line today. Both these teams are 10-0 and sit atop the DAC. They will play again tomorrow in Crown Point. This is the first of a home-and-home 2 games. You play every team in the DAC at home and on the road, so back-to-back games for them. But if either team can win both of those games, they'll have the outright DAC title most likely. Crown Point still plays 2 games against Michigan City. Lake Central still with 2 games against Maryville. So we're going to have first pitch next. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crown Company's Lantern Man.
Crown Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Brett Keeler and
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We are moments away from first pitch between Lake Central and Crown Point. Both teams sit at 10-0, tied for first place in the Duneland Athletic Conference. The rest of the Duneland standings are as follows. Valparaiso sits at 6-4 in third place. Chesterton and LaPorte both at 5-5. Portage at 4-6, and Michigan City and Maryville both sitting at 0-10, yet to win their first conference game. Currently, the lineups are being introduced for both teams. Crown Point first, and then Lake Central.
Number 27, Jace Horton. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 21, Jackson.
We're going to run through Crown Point's lineup currently as they are being announced. It's the Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order. Leading off for Crown Point will be Caden Matusak, followed by Noah Ehrlich. Billy Chidsey will hit third and play shortstop, followed by Sean Dunlap, who will clean up and play catcher. Jace Horton, the designated hitter, will hit fifth, followed by Jackson Alexander, Mick Wagner, and Linus Charlton, with Brody Langens hitting ninth, looking to turn the lineup back to the top. On the flip side, we will now look at the Lake Central lineup, the lineup for the defending state champions. Jake Figg will lead off, followed by Keegan O'Brien. Ryder Fernandez will hit third and play third base. Drew Kostiba will clean up and play right field. Parker Robinson will hit fifth and play shortstop. Dylan Hine will hit sixth and be the designated hitter. Tyler Colburn will hit seventh and catch today, followed by Jacob Zimmerman at 8 and Victor Villegas in the 9 hole. The starting pitcher that Crown Point will have to deal with, we mentioned him in the open, Josh Flores, who sits with an impressive record of 5-0 with a 1.22 ERA, 23 innings pitched, 45 strikeouts to only 20 walks. He's committed to the University of Kentucky. This is going to be a game where runs are at a premium. Both these pitchers are absolutely outstanding. On the flip side for Crown Point, taking the mound when they're on defense, will be Logan Cotton, who also sits at 5-0 with a .62 ERA and 34 innings pitched with 45 strikeouts to just 9 walks. He's committed to Indiana University. Again, we're just about set for the national anthems here from St. John. The crowd has filled up. The Lake Central side is standing room only. Every single seat in the bleachers is filled up. On the Crown Point side, looks to be about half full. So a pretty decent crowd on hand today. One of the bigger crowds you'll see for a Tuesday night high school baseball game. We're going to pause and take a break. We'll have first pitch next. You're listening to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
National anthem just concluded. We are just about ready for first pitch here from St. John, Indiana. Lake Central and Crown Point will play 7 innings or more to decide who will have the outright lead for the Duneland Athletic Conference. Should be a fun one. The Lake Central defense is out in the field right now. It will be O'Brien, Figg, and Kostiba in the outfield from left to right. In the infield from third to first will be Fernandez, Robinson, Villegas, and Zimmerman. Colburn will do the catching, and Josh Flores will be on the mound. The flamethrower, he has a fastball that tops out at 96 miles an hour. He is an absolute flamethrower, and even the off-speed stuff is harder than I could throw a fastball. 85 miles an hour on the slider and the curve, and 88 miles an hour on the changeup. So he definitely has some terrific stuff. The only really concern that you have with him on the mound is walks. 45 strikeouts to 20 walks, which isn't a terribly bad ratio, but sometimes those pitchers that throw really fast, control can be a little bit of an issue, but a 1.22 ERA for Flores would claim otherwise. Caden Matusak will lead it off for Crown Point. He is hitting .446 on the year with a .537 on base and a .589 slugging. He's a junior, will play shortstop today, sits at 6'3", 195 pounds. He's a very intimidating bat and a great force for this Crown Point order. Tends to get on base more times than he doesn't. Flores taking the last of his warm-up pitches. Colburn will throw down to second. Pretty good throw. We'll see how often Crown Point tries to steal on that arm.
And leading off for the Bulldogs, playing second base, number 17.
Caden Matusak is just about into the box. Gives a fist bump to the catcher, Colburn. Flores looks to get his sign. Umpire gives a sign for play. Flores gives a smile and a shake and a nod. He kicks, and we're underway from St. John. First pitch is outside for ball one. Matusak will be followed by Noah Ehrlich and Billy Chidsey, the top three in the Crown Point order. 1-0 pitch is a slider that misses way upstairs. It got to the backstop on the fly, and the count's quickly 2-0 on Matusak. That's really 2-0 the count on Matusak. Flores delivers. Another slider misses way upstairs and gets to the backstop again. 3 balls not even really close to the zone from Flores. And he's quickly behind in the count to the leadoff hitter. Crown Point dugout beginning to make some noise. Gotta think Matusak's taken all the way here on 3-0. He does. This is a fastball right over the plate for strike one. Nobody from the dugout went to get the ball. That was a little bit outside the circle, so our home plate umpire gets up, grabs it, and he's ready for the 3-1 pitch from Flores. Kick and the delivery. A fastball's popped up in the air to shallow right. Kostiba ranging towards the line, still going, and it's just out of his reach into foul territory. The count will now be full on the leadoff hitter, Matusak. Noble Ehrlich, the Crown Point quarterback from this past season, waits on deck. Flores trying to battle back from 3 waste pitches to start the game. He's battled back with 2 strikes, a looking fastball and a fastball that was fouled away by Matusak. Full count here early. Flores comes set into the windup and delivers 3-2, taken upstairs, and Matusak has a leadoff walk. That's a good way to start if you're Crown Point. Take your walks when they are available to you. That's something that Lake Central does pretty well. Lake Central has 94 walks as a team. That's one of the strengths of their team is disciplined hitting, but Crown Point, they can do it as well, and Matusak has a pretty decent lead off of first. Flores picks over. Matusak is back in time with a head-first slide. Noah Ehrlich, the lefty, is into the box. First pitch to him. Check swing And no swing, says the home plate umpire. That might be one where you want to ask for an appeal if you're the catcher, but with the base umpire standing behind the mound, you can't really make a call on that. Matusek with another healthy lead off of first. Flores kicks and delivers to Ehrlich. It's upstairs again, and the count is now 2-0. Ehrlich is committed to the University of Miami, Ohio, to play football. He was the quarterback of the Crown Point Bulldogs these last 2 years. Crown Point with a very impressive football record. They lost in the state title 2 years ago and in the state semifinal this year. 2-0 the count. There goes Matusek for second. Throw down by Colburn. Not in time. Matusek quickly into scoring position with a stolen base. Count is 2-1 on Ehrlich. He swung and missed at the 2-0. Early hit and run from Crown Point. Got to get aggressive if you're going to score runs off a pitcher the caliber of Flores. But Matusek does get the stolen base with the feet first slide. 2-1 the count on Ehrlich. Flores steps off. Ehrlich back into the box, crowding the plate a little bit. Flores steps off again. And now he'll call for a meeting with his catcher. We're going to take this time to tell you that Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support the Crown Point Bulldog Athletic Program and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating life and everyday growth, providing the best city services, and encouraging smart growth. Kickoff summer at the Crossroads Corn Fest at Bulldog Park on May 30th and 31st. Enjoy fresh farm corn, live music, and local eats. For more information, visit crossroadchamber.org. Ehrlich back into the box. Flores is set again. Delivers the 2-1. Ehrlich shows a bunt and pulls it back. The pitch was outside, and the count is 3-1. Flores in danger of surrendering another walk to start his outing. Ehrlich, we'll see if he shows a bunt again. Maybe it's just to get Flores out of his rhythm. He does show bunt again, and he fouls it down the third baseline. So the intention's pretty clear with those last two pitches. They're trying to get Matusek up to third with only one out. With 2 strikes, I would doubt that Ehrlich, I'd say it's unlikely that he squares again, but have seen it before. It is hard to get a bunt down. The faster a pitcher throws, the harder it is to get a bunt down because you just have less time to see it and square it up. But the count is full on Ehrlich. Flores looks back at Matusek, kicks and delivers, down and in, and Ehrlich has a walk, and the first 2 runners have reached base via the walk with nobody out yet for Lake Central.
Now batting shortstop, number 16, Billy Chidsey.
That'll bring Billy Chidsey up to the plate, hitting .472 with a .616 on base and a .698 slugging. He has 22 RBIs at second on the Crown Point roster, and he's committed to play baseball at Purdue Northwest. He is a very strong left-handed hitter in his own right, and he has a chance to do some damage here with 2 runners on. He grounds one to short, and it's through to left field for a base hit. O'Brien is up with it. He comes with a throw that will be offline. Matusek scores from second, and Crown Point is on the board first. They lead at 1-0 thanks to a single from Billy Chidsey. 2 walks and a single. Crown Point is in business early. Great piece of hitting there from Chidsey. Attacks the first pitch fastball and just punches it past Parker Robinson at short. Through the hole for a base hit, and that'll bring Sean Dunlap to the plate. Like Flores, he is also committed to play baseball in the SEC. The junior is committed currently to the University of Tennessee, who won the national title this past year in the world of college baseball. He takes the first pitch fastball from Flores for a strike. 1-0 the lead early for Crown Point. They have runners on first and second. Flores ahead in the count against Dunlap, 0-1. Looks back at Ehrlich at second. Now kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss by Dunlap on the curveball, and the count is 0-2. Keeping this deficit at 1 for Lake Central is going to be key with the quality of pitching we're going to see from Crown Point. Flores comes set, has options to deal with the 0-2 count. Kicks and delivers. He goes to the fastball, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. It's a big first out for Lake Central to get a dangerous hitter like Dunlap to sit down via the K. That'll bring the designated hitter, Jace Horton, to the plate.
Hitter number 27, Jace Horton.
He leads the Crown Point Bulldog roster in RBIs with 24. That's over an RBI per game. They've played 22 games. First pitch to him, a half swing but a full swing in the eyes of our home plate umpire. The count is quickly 0-1. 1 run already home in the inning on 1 hit. A single from Billy Chidsey. 0-1 the count to Horton. Another half swing and another full swing, says the count, and it's 0-2. Flores with a 4-pitch mix has options on what he wants to throw here on 0-2. Kicks and delivers. Comes with a fastball, and it's taken on the outer half for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Flores after the first 3 runners reached. And now there will be 2 down with 2 on for Jackson Alexander. He's committed to play baseball at Lakeland Community College. Hitting .358 on the year. He has a chance to get some more runs home with 2 out. Flores has found his groove with the last 2 hitters. Big swing and a miss on the changeup from Alexander. Flores trying to pitch backwards a little bit. The first 2 walks, he came with the fastball early and then went to the off-speed. With the last 2 strikeouts, he started with some off-speed stuff and then gone to the fastball. A 1 pitch from Flores, inside corner, just inside for a ball. Count is 1-1. One nothing, the lead for Crown Point in the top half of the first. Flores looks back to Ehrlich at second. Now kicks and delivers the 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed by Alexander. 1-2 the count. Flores looking for his 3rd strikeout of the inning and looking to get out of the inning without any more runs allowed. Comes set. Looks back to first, kicks and delivers. Both runners are moving, but Alexander's down on strike. So after the first 3 runners reach base, Flores strikes the next 3 batters out to get out of the inning. 1 run, 1 hit on no errors, 2 runners left on base. Crown Point leads at 1-0 after the top half of the first. We'll head to the bottom half next. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright the right way to buy and sell real estate.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Crown Point leading the hometown Lake Central Indians 1-0 after the top half of the first. The Lake Central Indians are set to hit now in the bottom half of the first, and they will work against a senior right-hander, Logan Cotton, who sits at 5-0 with a .62 ERA in 34 innings with 45 strikeouts and 9 walks. He's committed to play baseball at Indiana University. Go Hoosiers. 91 miles an hour on the fastball, 75 on the slider and the curve with an 84 change. When you have 3 solid pitches in 3 different speed ranges, the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s, You're a tough pitcher to hit. Jacob Fig will lead it off for Lake Central. He leads the Lake Central Indians in stolen bases with 22, and he's only been caught once. He's a very fast leadoff hitter, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. Keegan O'Brien and Ryder Fernandez will follow after him, the top of the Lake Central order. 2-0 pitch to Fig, taken high and inside. The count is quickly 3-0 on Fig, and just like his counterpart Flores, Logan Cotton is behind the leadoff hitter 3-0. Looking to get a strike over here, and he does not. Fig takes inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom half of the first. Now, if you have not watched a Lake Central baseball game, I should say if you haven't watched a Mike Schwartzentruber coached baseball game, Lake Central likes to play a lot of small ball. Interesting stat for you. On the year, they have 145 hits and 146 runs scored. They do the most when they actually get runners on. They love to steal and bunt, and you see it right there. Fig with a big lead off of first, and Keegan O'Brien was showing bunt but pulled it back. So they love to manufacture runs. I'd imagine at some point Fig will take off for second, and we'll see if O'Brien still wants to try to lay this bunt down. The count is 1-0, and he's showing bunt before Cotton even comes set. Now he pulls it back and takes upstairs for ball 2. But that is what they love to do. They made it to the state champ. They won the state title last year with not the strongest hitting lineup in the state. They just had amazing pitching and manufactured runs when they needed to. 2-0, picked over at first. Fig is back with a head-first slide. 2-0, and I'd imagine O'Brien will be pretty patient here. Cotton kicks and delivers. Slider misses outside, and the count is again 3-0. Cotton, unlike Flores, has not had really much trouble with walks at all this year. He's had 45 strikeouts to only 9 walks. That's less than half of Flores, but he's already walked Fig and is behind 3-0 in the count to O'Brien. This ball taken at the letters for strike 1. So that's the first strike of the game from Cotton after 7 straight balls. But O'Brien still in a hitter's count. Cotton kicks and delivers. Popped up foul along the third base line and into the grass up against the bricks of the school. The count is now full on Keegan O'Brien. Fig with another healthy leadoff of first. Payoff pitch from Cotton to O'Brien is fouled away again, and the count will remain full. Ryder Fernandez waits on deck. The Purdue Northwest commit, who's hitting .305 on the year so far. Another 3-2. Curveball broke a little bit late. It stayed up, and O'Brien takes it for a walk. So just like Crown Point in the top half of the first 2 runners have reached via the walk. And that'll bring Ryder Fernandez to the plate. Playing third base today, hitting .305 with a .446 on base and a .492 slug. One of these stronger Lake Central hitters, and they have 2 runners on and some speed out there. First pitch from Cotton is a slider that catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Fig with a very strong lead at second. A 1 pitch to Fernandez is chopped on the ground to third. Bobbled, but stepping on the base is Cheriton. Relay throw to first. Not in time. So they do get the lead runner on the 5 unassisted. Almost a pretty impressive double play.
Now batting right fielder number 9, Drew.
That'll bring Drew Kostiba to the plate. He is the strong, at least power-wise, the strongest hitter in the Lake Central order. He leads the team with 3 home runs on the year and leads the team in RBIs with 26. .664 slugging and over 1,000 OPS. First pitch from Cotton is taken on the inside half for strike one. Kostiba crowding the plate a lot. He has his toes on the front line of the batter's box. Now he steps back a little bit. 0-1 delivery from Logan Cotton, fouled away, out of play. And Kostiba quickly behind the count, 0-2. Now Cotton will get some words of encouragement from his shortstop, Billy Chidsey. 0-2 the count on Kostiba. He has to protect. Fig with another big lead off of second. 0-2 pitch from Cotton. Driven high and deep in the air to left center field. Both fielders going back on it, and it one ops the wall. Fig is around third. He will score. Right behind him is O'Brien. No relay throw will be made, and Lake Central has gotten 2 runs, and they take the lead 2-1 in the bottom half of the first, thanks to a double from their cleanup hitter, Drew Kostiba. We were talking about how great the pitchers were at the start of this game, but we've seen some early runs in this game. Both lineups have come to play. 2-1, Lake Central leads it. Kostiba is on second, and now the sophomore Parker Robinson will step up to the plate. The Lake Central fans starting to make some noise. First pitch from Cotton to Robinson is inside for ball one. And these are more runs than I think a lot of people thought we'd see when we came to the ballpark today. 1-0 to Robinson. Off speed, catches the outside edge of the plate for strike one. Robinson has 22 stolen bases this year on 23 attempts. 1-1 pitch from Cotton. He thought about throwing a pitch, but now looks back. Kostiba at second. 1-1 still the count on Robinson. The kick and the delivery. Ground ball almost through the hole. Diving to make the stop is Chidsey. That prevented a run from scoring. If that ball got into left, Kostiba's most likely scoring from second, but Parker Robinson with a single will move the line across as Dylan Hine will step to the plate. Hine with 2 home runs on the year. Had 5 RBIs earlier in the month in a game against Chesterton, and is committed to play at Concordia University in Wisconsin. He has runners on the corners with 1 out. First pitch from Logan Cotton is down and away for ball one. 2 runs already home in the inning thanks to a double from Drew Kostiba. He now sits at third. Parker Robinson sits at first after the infield single. 1-0 the count on Dylan Hine. Kick and the delivery. Ground ball through the hole for a base hit. Scoring from third is Kostiba. Parker Robinson will stop at second, and it's 3 hits in a row for Lake Central. They push another run across. They lead at 3-1. I'll tell you, with this all-turf field, ground balls move fast, and they are really hard to catch up to when you hit it hard on the ground through the hole. It's almost impossible for fielders to get over and make a play on that. And now assistant coach Brett Keeler will have a meeting with his squad on the mound. And Lake Central, they've really gotten to Logan Cotton so far this year. Came into this game with an 0.62 ERA, and they've knocked him for 3 runs already in the first. And they're looking to do more damage with multiple runners on and still only 1 out. 2 walks to start the inning, a ground out, and then a double and 2 singles. That'll bring today's catcher, Tyler Colburn, to the plate, hitting .292 on the year so far. Robinson gets a lead off of second. Hine gets a lead off of first. Cotton kicks and delivers. Another ground ball stabbed at third by Cheriton. He will apply the tag on Robinson for the second out. Cheriton has been active over there at third. That's his second unassisted out today and of the inning. That'll bring Jacob Zimmerman up to the plate. And it looks like we are going to see a pinch runner at first. It'll be Trevor Kubacki coming in to relieve Hine. The lefty Jacob Zimmerman into the box, looking to add on to this 3-1 lead Lake Central has. First pitch to him is low for ball one. One 0 is low. Hine is at second, and Kabaki is at first. 2-0 the count on Jacob Zimmerman. Taken just upstairs, and the count is 3-0. Logan Cotton coming into this game with a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, but he's already walked 2 and hasn't struck anybody out. The 3-0 is at the letters for strike 1. Cotton looking to battle back and keep this deficit at 2. 3-1 pitch. Upstairs, that's the third walk of the inning, and the bases will be loaded for the 9-hitter Victor Villegas. Hine moves to third, Kubaki moves to second, and Zimmerman is up to first on the walk. Lake Central, they are very patient at the plate. They hardly ever swing at the first pitch. They have done a very good job this season of making pitchers come to them and taking their walks when they are available. First pitch to Villegas is a fastball that catches the outer edge of the zone for strike 1. Villegas is a very strong defender at second base. That's the primary reason he's in the lineup. 0-1 is another fastball taken on the outside edge for strike 2. Lake Central has already batted around in this inning, getting the 9-hitter to the plate in the first inning. Trying to push across some more runs. 0-2 pitch from Cotton. Slider outside. Dunlap has to lunge out of the crouch to grab it. 1-2 the count on Villegas, with 2 down in the bottom half of the first. Cotton comes set, delivers the 1-2, swing and a miss by Villegas. He's down on strikes. 3-run score on 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. We'll head to the top half of the second. Lake Central leads at 3-1 after 1. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are the insurance professionals proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. Josh Flores is back on the mound for Lake Central for his second inning of work. He will work to the bottom of the Crown Point order, 7, 8, and 9. It will begin with Mick Wagner. Flores surrendered 2 walks and a single to his first 3 hitters, but struck out the next 3, and he delivers a slider to Wagner on the inside half for a strike. 0-1 pitch from Flores comes with a curveball upstairs. Count is 1-1. One thing about Flores is when he comes set, he has a big smile across his face every single time. Gotta love a guy that is having fun out there. He delivers a fastball to Wagner over the plate for strike 2. Flores looking for his 4th strikeout in a row, and he has it. Wagner watches the fastball over the plate. 1 out quickly in the top half of the second.
Now batting third baseman, number 10, Linus Charlton.
That'll bring Linus Charlton to the plate. He is committed to play baseball at Olive Harvey College when he is done at Crown Point. He is a senior. First pitch from Flores is a fastball that misses up. One-0 delivery from Josh Flores, popped up in the air, out of play down the first base line into the bleachers of the football field. Count even at 1-1 on Cheriton. Almost a sellout crowd here at Lake Central. Both halves of the stands have completely filled up. There's even fans watching from the press box of the football field next door. 1-1 pitch to Cheriton is a curveball that catches plate for strike 2. This is the biggest game in the year so far in the DAC. 1-2 from Flores is a curveball that misses high. And the count is even at 2-2 to Linus Cheriton. Flores comes set again. Kicks and fires. Check swing, no swing. Says the home plate umpire. The fastball just missed inside to Cheriton, and he's worked the count full. They're appealing to first. The first base umpire didn't notice. And he comes with a no swing, which is the right call, I believe. I mean, Sheridan barely got the bat off his shoulder. And he's earned the right to see another pitch. The payoff from Flores just misses low. Third walk of the day for Flores. Cheriton reaches first, and now the 9-hitter, Brody Langens, will come up. Langens hitting .235 on the year with a .317 on base. Cheriton has the glove on at first. Pick off over there from Flores. He's back in time. Three to 1. Lake Central leads Crown Point with 1 runner on and 1 out. Here in the top half of the second, first pitch to Langens is a fastball over the plate for strike 1. Flores comes set. Delivers the 0-1. This fastball misses outside, and the count even at 1-1. Top of the lineup on deck for Crown Point in the form of Caden Matusak. Slider Inside corner, called a strike. Langens behind in the count, 1-2. Flores comes with a big smile, is set, delivers. Just fouled off the end of the bat by Langens, and the count will remain 1-2. This is a big at-bat for Crown Point if they can get multiple runners on for the top half of their order, who did some damage in the first. Langens back into the box. He's still up there battling. 1-2 the count. Flores checks the runner on first. Now he fires over there, and Sheraton is back with a head-first slide. 1-2. Flores set again. Picks off again, and this time they got him. Sheraton is out at first. It looks like his hand slipped off the bag. The call is out from the base umpire. Flores catches him sleeping, and now we might have a discussion between coach and umpire for Crown Point, but that is a killer for Crown Point. When you're facing a pitcher the caliber of Flores, base running mistakes can really cost you, and that is probably the last thing they wanted with the top of their order due up. And now Flores is only one strike away from completely getting out of the inning. Langens now will hit with nobody on and 2 out. Flores is set, kicks and delivers the 1-2. Fastball misses outside. And the count is now 2-2. Flores already with a strikeout, a walk, but just got that back with a pickoff. 2-2, way upstairs. Colburn couldn't even corral it. It was so high. Count is now full on Langens. Top of the order is up next for Crown Point. And this is where, if he does draw the walk, you're really going to be looking at that pickoff in not the greatest light. Langens does draw the walk, but instead of first and second with 1 out, it's a runner on first and 2 outs for Matusek.
Now batting second baseman number 17, Caden Matusek.
Flores is really a 3 true outcomes hitter through the first time, through 9 batters, the first trip through the order, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and a single. Matusek walked in his first at bat, later came around to score. Langens equipped with 2 gloves over at first. First pitch from Flores, half swing, full swing, says the home plate umpire. The ball does get away, so up to second on the pass ball will be Langens. Matusek now with a runner in scoring position. Could potentially cut this deficit to 1 with a base hit. Flores shakes. Now he nods, has his sign. 0-1 pitch to Matusek. Slider catches the middle of the plate, and the count is 0-2 on Caden Matusek. Flores looking for what would be his 5th strikeout of the game and 2nd of the inning. He shakes the sign. Now he nods, has the pitch he likes. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Matusek chases the slider down and away. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We will head to the bottom half of the second. Lake Central leads at 3-1. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results.
every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 Apprenticeship Program. That's the player that sort of did a lot of the dirty work and might not be mentioned on the scoreboard, but we like to recognize the contributions that we know they made to the team. The top of the Lake Central order is up to lead off the second. All 9 hitters came up to the plate in the top half of the first. Jake Fig lines one into shallow center. Diving, almost making the catch was Brody Langens, but the ball just squeaks out of his mitt at the end of the dive. That was almost a great catch out there. Pete Crow Armstrong-esque, if I would say, but just squeaked out of his mitt at the end. That's a really tough play to make. But Fig has a leadoff single, and Keegan O'Brien will step up to the plate. I was mentioning earlier about how Lake Central doesn't swing at a lot of first pitches, but when you have a pitcher that struggled a little bit with walks in that last inning, you might think that the first pitch he's trying to get over a fastball, and a get-me-over fastball a lot of the times will be the best pitch you get to hit in an at-bat. Keegan O'Brien now into the box is showing bunt. He pulls it back at the very end. The pitch missed high for ball 1. Mentioned earlier, Lake Central likes to play a lot of small ball. Fig has a ton of speed on first. 22 stolen bases on the year for him. And O'Brien is showing bunt again. Logan Cotton kicks and delivers. This pitch misses downstairs, and the count is 2-0 on O'Brien. The lefty is back into the box. Cotton comes set. Picks off at first. Fig is back in time. Cotton came into this game with a .62 ERA, but Lake Central hits him for 3 runs in the first and looking to add on more in the second. 2-0, taken outside again by O'Brien, and the count is 3-0. He walked in his first at-bat, on the verge of walking again in his second at-bat. 3-0 the count. He's showing bunt again. I'd imagine he just pulls it back. He does. This fastball catches the low inside corner for a strike. And the count's now 3-1. Ryder Fernandez waits on deck for Lake Central. He grounded out to third in his first at-bat. O'Brien showing bunt again. 3-1 from Cotton. He pulls the bunt back again and takes outside for ball 4. That's O'Brien's second walk of the game. And once again, Lake Central has the first 2 runners on to start their inning. And Fernandez will step in. Fig leads off of second. O'Brien leads off of first. 2 guys with a lot of speed for Lake Central. Fernandez awaits the first pitch from Logan Cotton. There goes Fig for third. He had a running start, and he's going to get there. Didn't even need to slide. There was no throw. That's his 23rd stolen base on the year, getting very jumpy at third, and he timed the windup perfectly. When you get a running start like that, it doesn't matter who's catching. It's going to be really hard to throw a guy out at third. And now O'Brien has a big lead at first. Could be thinking about taking second at some point. Fernandez grounds one through into left field for a base hit. Fig will score from third, and Lake Central with another run across. They lead at 4-1. 2 singles in the inning for Lake Central. They've scored another run. And we're going to see another mound visit from Crown Point. And it looks like that is going to be it for Logan Cotton. He ends the day with only 1 inning pitched and 4 runs allowed. We're going to step aside for a moment. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Logan Cotton's outing is over after only 1 inning pitched and 4 earned runs. The new pitcher for Crown Point will be Logan Johnston. He is 6'5" and 175 pounds, real lanky body out there. He has an impressive line to start this 2025 season. 2-1 record, a 1.67 ERA, and 21 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts to only 11 walks. But he comes into a pretty tough spot. Runners on first and second with nobody out. In the middle of the Lake Central order up, Drew Kostiba stepping in. Kostiba drove in 2 runs in his first at-bat, later came around to score. O'Brien is the runner on second, and Ryder Fernandez is the runner on first. Johnston comes set, kicks and delivers. First pitch is high to Kostiba for ball 1. Johnston looks in, comes set, kicks and delivers. Kostiba takes high again for ball 2. (4-1) the lead for Lake Central. These two teams will be playing again tomorrow night in Crown Point. Johnston checks both of the runners, kicks and delivers. Slow slider catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Didn't look like Kostiba was anticipating that pitch. He kind of got caught off guard a little bit, gave a little bit of a shake of the head after he took that one. Matusak, the second baseman, says something to Johnston. 2-1 the count on the Purdue Northwest commit, Drew Kostiba. Johnston is set and fires. Fastball on the outside edge, called a strike. And the count is now even at 2-2 on Drew Kostiba. Runners on first and second, and nobody out. Lake Central on the verge of breaking this game wide open, already up 4-1. Johnston trying to keep the deficit at 3. Kostiba dribbles one slowly to the hole, grabbed by the second baseman, thrown to first, and in time. A nice throw from Matusak, who had to make up a lot of range to get that slow ground ball. The runners will move up. O'Brien is up to third, and Fernandez is up to second, and Parker Robinson will step in. And that's where the turf works as a little bit of a disadvantage. If this is a grass and dirt field, Kostiba probably beats that out at first because I don't think the ball gets to him a 2-second time. Lake Central is one of the few high school fields that is all turf, no grass, no dirt at all. And the ball moves quickly on a surface like that. First pitch to Parker Robinson bounces and is blocked by Dunlap, the catcher. 1 out, runners on second and third. Johnston kicks and delivers. That ball bounces again. Blocked again by Dunlap. This is a very deep backstop, so any passed ball is all but certain to score a runner from third. (2-0) the count on Parker Robinson. Johnston is set, comes into the windup. Another ball misses low to Robinson, and the count is 3-0. Johnston set again with a base open, probably not looking to give anything too dangerous to Robinson, and he misses low for a 4th time. Robinson draws the walk, and the bases will be loaded for Dylan Hine. The designated hitter has a lot of power in his bat, 2 home runs already on the year, and with 1 out, he's on the verge of cracking this game wide open for Lake Central. They already lead it by 3, and there's 3 more runners on base for him. Johnston is set. Hine crowding the plate. First pitch is outside. The walks have not been kind to Crown Point today. They've already surrendered 5 in this game. 1-0 the count to Dylan Hine. Slider taken on the outer half for strike 1. Hine singled in his first at-bat, which brought home the 3rd run of the game for Lake Central. Johnston kicks and delivers. Hine takes it low, and it bounced on the plate. Count is 2-1 to the Lake Central designated hitter. The bases are loaded. O'Brien on third, Fernandez on second, and Robinson on first. Hine takes up and away on 2-1, and the count is now 3-1. A walk would bring home a run. O'Brien sitting at third, hoping that happens and he can have just an easy trot home. Big deep breath from Johnston on the mound. The 3-1 delivery taken downstairs. Hine draws the walk and another run will cross. Lake Central leads at 5-1. O'Brien scores. That run will be charged to Cotton, the original starting pitcher. And now Tyler Colburn will step in. And Lake Central is still looking to add on with the bases loaded and only 1 out in the bottom half of the second. Johnston kicks and delivers to Colburn, who takes high for ball 1. Three runs home in the first, 2 home so far in the second. And Crown Point, as a team, they have a team ERA of 1.29, but Lake Central was all over them today. 1-0 misses high. Back pick to second, just getting back in time, is Parker Robinson. They almost caught him sleeping out there. If that throw was on line, he's probably out at second, but it was a little bit to the second base side of second base. 2-0 the count on Colburn. Johnston delivers. Slow slider catches the outer half of the plate for strike 1. Lake Central leads it 5-1. Fernandez on third, Robinson on second, Hine on first. 2-1 the count. Johnston delivers to Colburn, who fouls one straight back into the net. And the count is 2-2. Crown Point looking to mitigate the damage, but they've already surrendered 2 and are on the verge of surrendering more in this bottom half of the second. Johnston kicks and delivers. Colburn grounds one to first. The throw will come to the plate in time to get Fernandez. So Crown Point does get the lead runner on the 3-2 putout. And that's a big out there to get the lead runner. And now Jacob Zimmerman will try to get multiple runs home for Lake Central. We're seeing another pinch runner at first. Tyler Colburn, the catcher, will be pinch run for by Trevor Kubaki again. He pinch ran for him in the first inning. But Jacob Zimmerman now with a big at-bat. Lake Central left the bases loaded in the first inning. I'm sure Coach Mike Schwartzentruber would like for them to not leave the bases loaded in the second inning. First pitch taken up and away. Zimmerman ahead in the count early. Robinson on third, Hine on second, and Kubaki on first. Slider catches the back door of the plate. Beautiful pitch there from Johnston, and the count is now 1-1. Zimmerman calls time, and he will take a deep breath before the 1-1. Two runs already home on 2 hits in the inning for Lake Central. 1-1 the count on Zimmerman. Johnston kicks and delivers just below the knees. And the count is 2-1. Logan Johnston with a 1.67 ERA in the year has trying to do his best to get out of this inning without any more runs allowed. This ball fouled into the parking lot, and the count is now 2-2. All 5 runs have been charged to starter Logan Cotton. And if Robinson were to score from third, that run would also be charged to him. But Johnson looking to make sure that does not happen. 2-2 the count on Jacob Zimmerman. Johnston kicks and delivers. Slider is fouled away again into the parking lot. The count will remain the same. Two with 2 out and the bases loaded for Zimmerman. Johnston is set again. Delivers the 2-2 again. It's fouled away again. Zimmerman putting up a nice battle here. Zimmerman has seen his fair share of pitches. We'll see if he attacks one that he likes into fair territory here on 2-2 again. Johnston checks all the runners. Now comes to the plate. Zimmerman lines one to short, fielded on a hop and throwing to third. The ball gets away. Already scoring is Robinson. Hine on his way to the plate. He will score. A poorly timed error for Crown Point allows 2 more runs to score, and it's gone from bad to worse in the second inning. Lake Central leads at 7-1. Robinson scores from third. Hine scores on the air from second. Colburn's up to third, and Zimmerman's up to second on the throwing error. And now 4 runs are already home in the inning for Lake Central. Now Victor Villegas will step up. Crown Point they scored the run to start the game up 1-0. Crowd was really into it on their side, but 3 runs in the bottom half of the first and now 4 runs already home in the bottom half of the second. First pitch to Villegas is on the outside corner for a strike. A 1 fouled away by Villegas. And the count is 0-2. All 9 hitters for Lake Central have now come to the plate in both the first inning and second inning. Johnston, who's trying to get out of this inning after coming in relief with nobody out, delivers to Villegas, fouled away again off the very end of the bat. And the count will stay at 0-2. Coming set is Johnston. 0-2. Villegas takes down the middle for strike 3. But the damage has been done. 4 runs crossed for Lake Central on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We'll head to the top half of the third. Crown Point has some work to do, down 7-1. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Stay with us after the game when we'll name the Ironworkers Local 395 Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship programs, check out ironworkers395.org to find out how you can become a union ironworker. It has gone from bad to worse for Crown Point in these last 2 innings. They trail Lake Central 7-1. They do have the middle of their order due up, 2, 3, and 4 to start the top half of the third. Noah Ehrlich, Billy Chidsey, and Sean Dunlap. Josh Flores is back on the mound. 1 run through 2 innings so far for Flores. Ehrlich into the box. Flores kicks and delivers. First pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Ehrlich drew a walk in his first at bat. A 1 is taken inside. Seven to 1, Lake Central leads the top half of the third. Ehrlich swings and misses. Flores drops the door on him with the curveball. Ehrlich, expecting the heat, was way early. The count is now 1-2. Flores into the windup, delivers the 1-2. Chopped foul off the end of the bat by Ehrlich. The count will remain at 1-2. Billy Chidsey waits on deck. He had the RBI single in the top half of the first. Flores shakes off his catcher twice. Now comes set, has the pitch he likes, and delivers the 1-2. Ehrlich swings and misses way early again on the curveball. That's the 6th strikeout of the day for Flores. And he has one quick out in the top half of the third. Flores let the first 3 runners reach, but he's been all business since the first 3 runners reached. He has 5 strikeouts and only 2 walks. No one's even put the ball in play since then. First pitch to Chidsey. Flores trying to work backwards. He starts with the curveball. It's over the plate for strike 1. 0-1 from Flores. Fastball misses low, and the count is 1-1. Seven to 1, the lead for Lake Central at a packed house here in St. John. Curveball misses upstairs from Flores, and the count is 2-1 on Chidsey. Kicks and delivers. Upstairs again, Chidsey ahead in the count, 3-1. Of the 11 hitters that have come to the plate, only one has put the ball in play, and it was Chidsey back in the first with his RBI single. Everyone else has either been a strikeout or a walk. Chidsey takes inside. Fastball for strike 2. The count is now full. Flores comes set. Into the windup for the payoff. Oh, and now we have time called by our home plate umpire. So Flores will look to do it again. Trying to get strikeout number 7. Payoff pitch. Chopped high right in front of home plate. Flores trying to let it roll foul, and it will not. It stays fair by a matter of maybe 1 foot. And Billy Chidsey has, in all likelihood, his shortest single of the season. That barely made it 10 feet down the line. Flores just kind of shaking his head with disappointment. So now Sean Dunlap will come. And that's another side effect of this all-turf field. That ball bounced up really high in front of the plate. On dirt, that probably doesn't bounce as high, and you can maybe get a throw there. Fastball misses low, and it gets away. Chidsey's up to second on the wild pitch. (1-0) on Sean Dunlap. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Flores delivers the 1-0. Grounded to second. Villegas with a sliding stop and makes the throw to first. Victor Villegas flashing the leather out there at second with the feet-first slide. Comes up with a sweet turnaround and a throw to first for one of the better plays we've seen all day. That might be the leading candidate for the Ironworkers 395 play of the game. That was some sweet hands over there at second. Flores now delivers with 2 out and a runner on third to Jace Horton. First pitch is fouled away. Strike 1. One run, 2 hits, 1 error for Crown Point. 7 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Lake Central. Flores comes set. Into the windup for the 0-1. Popped up in the air, foul, and out of play from Horton. And he's behind in the count 0-2. Flores, we'll see what he goes with to try to get strikeout number 7 against Jace Horton. He shakes off his catcher now, comes set, kicks and delivers. Curveball grounded slowly to second. Villegas up with it again. Makes another throw to first for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the third. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Lake Central leads Crown Point 7-1 in a game that is going to decide who will have the outright lead in the Duneland Athletic Conference. Both Crown Point and Lake Central have yet to lose a conference game. They both sit at 10-0. These two teams will play again tomorrow in Crown Point. So should Crown Point drop this game, they will have another chance to draw even with Lake Central tomorrow, and they will most likely have Linus Cheriton on the mound tomorrow. He has an .22 ERA in 32 innings pitched, so unlikely we'll see him today. They're most likely going to have him on the mound tomorrow. Lake Central trying to keep this 7-1 lead that they have. They're 16-3 overall on the year. Some of their key wins: they beat Valpo twice, 1-0 and 10-0. They beat Illiana Christian 9-1 and had a comeback win against Lincoln Way Central over in Illinois. They won that game 8-6 thanks to a go-ahead grand slam from Drew Kostiba. He's due up fourth this inning. Lake Central has the top of their order up again. Jake Fig, the leadoff hitter, bunts one to third. Throw to first from Cheriton is in time. All 9 hitters from Lake Central have hit in both the first and second inning. Jake Fig trying to get tricky with a bunt, but Cheriton was playing up and made the throw to first. The only 3 losses Lake Central has on the year were to Penn over from South Bend, the South Bend area. They lost to Penn twice, and they lost to Munster. So no conference losses for Lake Central. They've yet to lose at home. They're 9-0 at home. They're 1-0 in neutral site games, and they're 6-3 on the road this year. Ground ball up the middle, stabbed by the shortstop Billy Chidsey. Throw to first just in time to get Keegan O'Brien. He has a lot of speed coming down that first base line, but a strong throw from Chidsey gets the second out of the inning. Crown Point, on the other hand, they've been great on the road this year other than today. They're 8-1 on the road this year. They're 11-2 at home and 1-0 in neutral site games. Just like Lake Central, they did lose to Penn twice. Those are 2 of their 3 losses, and then they lost to Hanover 4-3 the first game of the season. Some of their key wins: they beat Boone Grove, who was a very strong team this year. They beat them 5-0. They beat Valparaiso twice, 6-2 and 1-0. They beat Munster 2-0, and they beat Carmel 10-1. Carmel normally has a pretty strong team down there. You know, mostly the schools around Indianapolis have pretty strong teams, Carmel being one of them, but Crown Point beat them 10-1. 1-2 the count on Fernandez, the 3-hitter for Lake Central. Lake Central won the DAC the last 3 years other than last year. They won it in 2021, 22, and 2023. Valparaiso won the DAC last year, but they lost in the first round of sectionals to Crown Point, and Lake Central, who finished 3rd in the DAC, as you know, went on to win the state title. Crown Point was 4th in the DAC last year, finishing at 9-5. 1-2 to Fernandez. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-2-3 inning from Johnston out of relief. Lake Central down in order. Crown Point will look to chip away the 6-run deficit they face in the top half of the fourth. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crown Company's Lantern Man. Crown Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We're going to give you a Stratton Van Til hometown scoreboard update brought to you by our folks at Stratton Van Til. The other game currently being broadcasted on the Region Sports Network is also Lake Central and Crown Point, but in softball. Both of the two are in another very highly ranked DAC matchup over there in Crown Point. The Indians also lead that one 4-1. If Lake Central wins, just like in this game, they will sure up first place in the DAC. It's almost the same situation. Crown Point and Lake Central both sit atop the DAC in softball as well. So, should Lake Central hold on to that 4-1 lead, they should sure up first place over there. Big thank you to Stratton Van Til there, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Leading off the inning for Crown Point is Jackson Alexander. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He's quickly behind 0-2 to Flores in his second at-bat. Fastball misses inside, brushes Alexander off the plate a little bit. Before the break last inning, we were talking about the DAC standings as of last year. So last year, Lake Central finished third in the DAC. Chesterton finished second. Valparaiso won the conference. Crown Point finished fourth. But Crown Point ended up beating Valpo in the first round of sectionals. And Lake Central went on to win the entire state tournament. So interesting enough, they won the conference 3 years in a row, and then the first year they don't is when they win the state title. Swing and a miss by Alexander. He's laid on the high heat. That's 7 strikeouts for Flores, and we're only one out into the fourth inning. He's putting up a very impressive case for the Crow Company's superhero of the game. We will name that at the conclusion of tonight's game. Flores has to be a leading candidate so far. First pitch to Mick Wagner. Big swing and a miss. Wagner was anticipating a first pitch fastball. He swung out of his shoes at the curveball. Flores comes back to the curveball, and it's over the plate for strike 2. Oh-2 the count. Flores looks in. Nods. He has his sign. 0-2. Inside. Brushes Wagner off the plate a little bit. Both of these teams still have 2 conference games still to play after they play each other today and tomorrow. Crown Point still has 2 games against Michigan City, and Lake Central still has 2 games against Maryville. Both of those two having a bit of a rough year. They're both 0-10 in conference play, so you got to imagine Lake Central and Crown Point should take both of those games. So these next 2 are going to decide who's coming away with a conference championship. In all likelihood, the winner of this game will get at least a share, depending on what happens in the game tomorrow. 1-2 the count. Changeup misses upstairs to Wagner, and the count is now even at 2-2. Both teams last year they split in the 2 games they played against each other. Lake Central won 3-2 at home, and Crown Point won 3-2 at home. So no bragging rights for either team after the results from last year. But Lake Central is putting out a statement right now. 7-1 they lead it against Crown Point, who's ranked 5th in the state. Curveball misses upstairs from Flores, and the count is now full. Yeah, Crown Point was a solid team last year. They went 21-9, lost in the sectional semifinals to Chesterton, but this year 19-3 so far. They've definitely improved from this year to last. Fouled away by Wagner, and the count will remain full. Lake Central, record-wise, they're actually better in the regular season than they were last year. They finished the regular season at 18-9 and then won 7 straight games in the state tournament. 16-3 so far. They're ahead of the pace that they were last year. Wagner takes upstairs, and Flores surrenders his 5th walk of the game. Now, it's hard to say if this team for Lake Central is better than the team they had last year. But so far, at least in conference play, they've been better. Runner on first now for Linus Cheriton. Flores comes set, picks over to first. Back in time is Wagner. Nothing, the count still. 1 out in the top half of the 4th. Flores is set. Picks off again. Wagner is back again. Cheriton, the current hitter at the plate, got picked off in the 2nd inning. I mean, when you pick one person off at first, you're more inclined to throw over again to try to get another one. Flores fires over for a 3rd time. Wagner is back for a 3rd time. There's no pace of play rules like a pitch clock or a pickoff limit in high school baseball. They implemented that in the MLB 2 years ago, so Flores can pick off to first as much as his heart desires. This time he comes to the plate, and Cheriton fouls it back into the net for strike 1. Flores is set. Into the windup for the 0-1. Grounded to short. Robinson flips to second for 1. Villegas relay throw to first. Gets away. Cheriton made a move towards second. Now he will come back to first. So it'll just be a 6-4 force out. Villegas, who has been impressive with the glove today, a little bit low on the relay throw. Would have been close even if it was on line. So now there's 2 out for the 9-hitter, Brody Langens. Runner on first is Cheriton. Langens into the box. 1 on and 2 out in the top half of the 4th. Flores delivers outside to Langens. (1-0). Misses just a bit low, and the count is 2-0 on the Crown Point 9-hitter. Flores set again. 2-0. Misses way outside. And the count is 3-0 on Cheriton. Or on Langens. Cheriton is the runner on first. Caden Matusak waits on deck. Flores has really been in a rhythm since the first 3 batters of this game. He walked the first 2 and gave up a single to Billy Chidsey to give Crown Point the lead 1-0 in the top half of the first, but he's been all business since then with 7 strikeouts. This time he does deliver a walk to Langen, so Cheriton will move up to second. And now Caden Matusek will step in a big at-bat. Crown Point chasing 6 runs, but they have 2 runners on in the top of their order, so if Matusek were able to push the line across, the middle of Crown Point's order could come up with a big chance to put some runs across, especially seeing as they will have seen Flores for a 3rd time. First pitch to Matusek, driven in the air to deep center field, going back on it is Fig. He is camped under it and will make the catch for the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the 4th. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Police Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best city services, and encouraging smart growth. Kick off summer at the Crossroads Corn Roast at Bulldog Park on May 30th and May 31st. Enjoy farm fresh corn, live music, and local eats. For more information, visit crossroadschamber.org. Lake Central, after having all 9 of their hitters bat in the first 2 innings, went down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first, courtesy of Logan Johnston, who has done a pretty good job in relief. He took over when the game was 4-1, and he had the bases loaded and got out of that with no runs credited to his name, and then had a 1-2-3 inning the last time out. And now he quickly has Costiba behind at the count 0-2. Costiba taking his time to get back into the box. Johnson kicks and delivers. Fastball misses up. And the count is 1-2. Assuming Lake Central can hold on to this 6-run lead, they will take the outright lead in the Duneland Athletic Conference, and Crown Point will have a big game at their home park tomorrow to try to even things up in the standings. The Region Sports Network will have coverage of that game, as well as Boone Grove against Wheeler on the docket for the broadcast schedule tomorrow. 2-2 to Costiba, grounded slowly to third. Coming up with it is Cheriton, but cannot make a clean throw to first. I don't think he would have made that throw in time anyway. That was a really slow dribbler down the third base line. And Costiba with his second hit of the day, a single to lead off the bottom half of the 4th. That'll bring Parker Robinson to the plate. He singled in the first and walked in the second. Later came around to score. Johnston kicks and delivers. Robinson takes up and in at his chin for ball 1. Seven to 1. Lake Central leads it, bottom half of the 4th. Cheriton kicks and delivers. Johnston kicks and delivers. Fouled away by Robinson. The count's 1-1. 1-1 the count. Runner on first is Kostiba. Pickoff attempt at first, and he's back with a head-first slide. Johnston set, kicks, and delivers to Robinson, who fouls him straight back into the net. And the count will now be even, or Robinson will now be behind in the count 1-2. One, two. Robinson tips one into the mitt of the catcher Dunlap for strike 3. That was a pretty impressive catch. It wasn't just a straight back ball into the mitt. He kind of had to lean down and away to catch that one. So now the DH Dylan Hine will step to the plate. Singled in the first, walked, and came around to score in the second. First pitch to Hine. Fastball at the letters for strike 1. Kostiba still at first with 1 out. Lake Central looking to add on to their 7-1 lead. Johnston delivers. Hine hits one deep in the air to center field. Going back on it is Langens, and he makes the catch after stumbling off his feet. But he does complete the catch for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring Tyler Colburn to the plate.
Catcher number 18, Tyler Colburn.
We mentioned earlier, Lake Central has more runs than hits on the year. They have 146 runs to 145 hits. They do the most when they get runners on, and they've continued that trend today. They have 7 runs on 6 hits, which I don't think you see too often. Pickoff attempt to first. Kostiba's back with a slide. (1-0) the count on Colburn. Fouled away into the net. And the count will now be 1-1. One count, 2 out, runner on first, bottom half of the 4th. Lake Central leads at 7-1. Logan Johnston coming set. Into the delivery, fouled away again by Colburn. Count is now 1-2. Johnston looking to get out of his second scoreless inning and get the ball back into the hands of his offense, who has the middle of their order due up. Popped up. Foul out of play by Colburn up near the football field press box along the first base line. And the count will remain the same. It's 1-2 still. Johnston is set. Looking to win the battle on 1-2. Kostiba's off for second. Swing and a miss by Colburn. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Logan Johnston. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the top half of the 5th. Lake Central still up by 6. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Company's offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are the insurance professionals proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond, and I would say that definitely the leading candidate for that award would be Lake Central starter Josh Flores. He has struck out 7 and only given up 1 run on 2 hits through 4 innings of work. And he will now work into his 5th inning. He has the middle of the Crown Point order due up: Noah Ehrlich, Billy Chidsey, and Sean Dunlap. The top of Crown Point's order was able to push across a run in the top half of the first. They started the scoring up 1-0, but it's been all Lake Central since. They scored 3 in the first and 4 in the second. And that is how we got to our 7-1 score. We've been there since then. First pitch from Flores to Ehrlich is upstairs for ball 1. The only 2 hits in this game have been from Billy Chidsey. He had a single through the left side, which pushed across the run in the first, and then had a dribbler up the third base line that barely stayed fair. That was his second single of the day, but nobody else for Crown Point has been able to get into the hit column. It's been mostly some strikeouts or walks from Flores. Not many people have put the ball in play. 2-0 is high and inside. So Ehrlich ahead in the count 3-0, and if Crown Point's going to get back into this game, you got to think they need at least 2 or 3 runs in this inning from the middle of their order, who's done the only damage so far in this game. 3-0 is taken high and away, and Noah Ehrlich has a leadoff walk. That's his second walk of the game. So a good start to the inning, and now Chidsey, who has the 2 hits, will step in. And it looks like Lake Central will have a little bit of a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach Adam Folk will make his way to the mound. Also at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. That's sort of the player that did a lot of the dirty work throughout the game. We have a few candidates. I normally like to give it to catchers. I think Colburn has done a good job behind the plate for Lake Central, not letting much past him. Flores is another strong candidate. I mean, he's working hard, pumping 90 miles an hour on the fastball out there for 5 straight innings. Villegas has made some strong plays over there at second base, including a very impressive slide, although I might save that one for the play of the game. So we'll see. We have a lot of candidates to pick from, and this game is not over yet. Crown Point still trying to chip away at this deficit. Chidsey, the left-hander, is into the box. First pitch from Flores is a changeup on the outside edge for strike 1. Crown Point has left their fair share of runners on base. 2 runners left in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Pickoff attempt by Flores is not in time. Ehrlich is back with a head-first slide. Oh, 1. Chidsey takes over the plate again, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Flores looking to strike out the only player on Crown Point that has beaten him for a hit today, and Chidsey's done it twice. 0-2. Up and in. Count now 1-2. Dunlap, the University of Tennessee commit, waits on deck. 1-2 pickoff attempt from Flores. Ehrlich is back again. Flores did have a successful pickoff earlier in the game. He got Linus Cheriton in the second inning. 1-2. Curveball misses upstairs, and it gets away really high off the net. Ehrlich will walk up to second on the wild pitch. Two. Chidsey has worked the count even after starting behind 0-2. Flores will pump fake back to second. Ehrlich is back. Runner in scoring position with nobody out for Crown Point. Flores kicks and delivers to Chidsey, who pops one high in the air, and it will get out of play over the press box. And the count will stay even at 2-2. Chidsey's putting up a battle, and he has Flores' number today. Flores is set. Delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 8 for Flores on the day, and the first time he's retired Chidsey. There's one out in the top half of the fifth. Now Sean Dunlap will come to the plate. Dunlap has grounded out to second and struck out today. Ehrlich, the runner on second. Dunlap will step out and call time. One out, runner on second, top half of the fifth. Lake Central on the verge of taking the outright DAC conference lead. They lead it 7-1. First pitch just misses inside to Dunlap. Count 1-0. Flores will look back to second, but no one was even covering the bag. Ehrlich will kind of just walk back there slowly. 1-0 the count on Dunlap. He'll ground one to third, and it's through for a base hit. Ehrlich rounds third. The throw will come all the way to the plate, and it will be cut off by Fernandez at third. Dunlap with an RBI single. That's Crown Point's third hit of the game and their second run. They chip away into the deficit. It's now 7-2. Good piece of hitting there by Dunlap, the University of Tennessee commit, hitting .353 on the year, and he's only a junior. He has another year next year, but a nice piece of hitting there. He just chops one through the left side, and Crown Point only down 5 runs now, and now Jace Horton will step in. Flores picks off again to first. Dunlap is back. But the third time through the order for Flores, he's surrendered his second run. And we'll see if Horton has anything to say about adding another. Swings and misses at a pitch that bounces off the turf, and the count is 0-1. Flores picks off for a second time. Dunlap is back again. (0-1). That ball gets away again. Up to second is Dunlap. That's the second runner to reach scoring position courtesy of a wild pitch this inning. That's how Ehrlich got into scoring position. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Top half of the fifth. Flores delivers. Horton looper into shallow center, coming on his fig, and it will drop. Holding at third is Dunlap. Horton with a bloop single, and all of a sudden, Crown Point starting to mount a little bit of a rally. They've already pushed across a run in the inning, and now they have 2 runners on with only 1 out for Jackson Alexander. We'll see if Lake Central thinks about maybe pulling Flores at some point. I don't know how much longer they're going to let him go, seeing this is his third time through the order. Pitch count is up decently high. And they also have to worry about who they want to use for tomorrow. Pinch runner will be coming out on first for Crown Point will be Zane Biernat. He will pinch run for the designated hitter Horton. The runner on third is Dunlap, and the hitter at the plate is Jackson Alexander. 7-2. Lake Central still leads, but Crown Point looking to chip away into the deficit. First pitch to Alexander is down and away for ball one. Flores set. 1-0 pitch. Fouled away. Count is 1-1 on Alexander, who sits at 6'4", 185 pounds. Committed to play baseball at Lakeland Community College. Hitting .358 this year with a .528 slug. Pretty strong hitter in the 6 hole for Crown Point. Pick off to first. Zane Biernat is back with a head first slide. 1-1 still the count on Jackson Alexander. Flores looks over, comes set. Picks off again. And back again is Zane Biernat. Flores has done his fair share of throwing to the bases today. He did get one out courtesy of the pickoff. But he's thrown over multiple times. It seems like any time a runner gets to first. Alexander takes inside for a strike, and he doesn't like that call. That may have been a little bit off the plate. But Flores gets the benefit of the doubt. Count is 1-2. Runners on the corners with one out. Flores goes back to the inside edge after the strike call, but doesn't get that call. It's now 2-2. Crown Point trailing 5 runs, but they got 2 on the bases currently. Alexander grounds one to second. Villegas with another sliding stop. Makes the throw to first. Victor Villegas has been all over the place at second base. Gets the 4-3 putout. Another one will score. Dunlap comes home from third, but that was a very another impressive play from Villegas. Almost a carbon copy from the one he made earlier in the game. Crown Point does get another run across, though. So now Mick Wagner will step up to the plate. 2 runs home in the inning for Crown Point off of 2 hits. And another one waits in scoring position. Zane Biernat, the pinch runner, trying to score on a base hit. It'll be up to Mick Wagner to get that base hit to extend this inning. Slider catches the bottom edge of the plate. The count is now 1-1 on Wagner. He's committed to play baseball at Concordia University in Wisconsin, just like Lake Central's Dylan Hine. So those two will be teammates next year in northern Wisconsin. I wonder if they know each other or have said anything before the game. Or maybe they have no idea who each other are. Hard for me to assume. 1-1. Curveball catches the middle edge of the plate. The count is 1-2 on Wagner. Lake Central currently leads by 4. Trying to keep it that way is Josh Flores. 1-2 the count. Flores looks back to second now, delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3. 9 strikeouts on the day for Flores. Crown Point has cut into the deficit, though. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Crown Point has cut into the deficit a little bit. A 7-1 lead is now 7-3. Anything within 4 runs is a one-swing game, meaning the game could be tied with one swing of the bat. Now, it would take a grand slam to do that when you're down 4, but the game is not over. And currently, Logan Johnston, I would say, the reliever for Crown Point, who came in when the game was 4-1. He gave up 1 run to make it 5-1, but that run was not charged to him, and then 2 more runs scored on an error. So he's pitched right now pitched 3 full innings, and no runs are to his name. He's been working hard out there. Could be the leading candidate for the Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. Jacob Zimmerman lines one in the air out to center, but over to make the catch is Brody Langens for the first out. And so Lake Central scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings. They had all 9 hitters come to bat in the first 2 innings. Since the third, they've only gotten 1 base runner. They went down 1-2-3 in the third, a single, then 1-2-3 in the fourth, and currently the leadoff hitter gone in the 5th. Villegas now steps in. Villegas struck out his first 2 at-bats, but has made some good plays in the field. Grounds 1 to short, and Chidsey makes the throw in time to get Villegas for a quick second out. So since Crown Point has switched pitchers, it's been pretty smooth sailing. So now Jake Figg will step in for his 4th at-bat. Walked in the first, singled in the second, and grounded out in the third, trying to lay down a bunt. 2 quick outs already in the inning. Johnston continuing to keep the Lake Central hitters at 7 runs. And Crown Point was able to push across 2 in the 5th. Should Lake Central keep Flores out there, the more Crown Point sees him, the more likely they are to maybe score some more runs. Popped up in the air behind second base. The second baseman, Matusak, is over to make the catch. Lake Central goes down 1-2-3 again. So we'll head to the top half of the 6th. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Crown Point trailing Lake Central by 4 runs. It's 7-3. This was a 7-1 game for a very long time. Crown Point pushed across 2 runs in the top half of the 5th. And currently Josh Flores is working through his 3rd time through the Crown Point order. It's 8-9-1 due up this inning. Linus Cheriton, Brady Langens. Then the lineup will flip over to Caden Matusak. Cheriton will lead it off. Flores into the windup. First pitch. Misses way above the head of Cheriton. Now, we were talking about it in the break. this could be the last time, the third time through the order could be the last time Flores goes through the order, because I don't think, if you're head coach Mike Schwartzentruber, I don't think you want Flores seeing the top of the Crown Point lineup for a fourth time. He misses again above the head of Chariton. Currently warming up in the bullpen for Lake Central is the senior right-hander Zach Nicola, who is 1-1 with a .88 ERA so far this year. And Flores maybe starting to lose control a little bit. He's pitched an impressive game so far, 9 strikeouts through 5 innings, but currently in the 6th, 2 pitches missing way above the head of Linus Chariton. We'll see if Lake Central makes a move here. Definitely would have to consider it. Make sure you stay with us after the game when we'll name the Ironworkers Local 395 Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.org. Victor Villegas made 2 impressive sliding stops over there at second base. Those would be 2 plays that are up there. Drew Costiba with a double in the first inning to break open the scoring. One off the wall. That was a big hit. That could be a candidate. It looks like Flores' day is done. It'll be Nicola coming in to close out what would be a 6-out save for Lake Central. We're going to step aside. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Josh Flores' day is over. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, and 9 strikeouts. Pretty impressive day for the Kentucky commit. And he will hand things off to Zach Nicola, a 6-foot, 210-pound senior right-hander who is 1-1 on the year with a .88 ERA. He's Lake Central's primary reliever. He did start against De La Salle High School out of Illinois through a complete game shutout in that game. He is your next Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurler of the game. Experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. So we'll see if Nicola can close this game out without any more runs. Crown Point, he will come into a 2-0 count. Linus Chariton has a 2-0 count. Flores threw 2 pitches above his head. And Schwartzentruber had seen enough, pulled Flores, but an impressive start for Flores. 5 innings of 3-run ball. Nothing to sneeze at, especially against a pretty strong lineup like Crown Point. So the count is 2-0 on Chariton, and that's where Nicola will deal. Crown Point only has 6 outs left to work with, but if they have 8, 9, and then the top of their order due up, so if they can get a runner on, or maybe 2 on for the top of their lineup, they could make this game interesting. First pitch from Zach Nicola. Swing and a miss from Chariton. He was trying to attack a get-me-over fastball, but waved at it, and the count is 2-1. Nicola is set. Delivers the 2-1. Slider misses down, and the count is 3-1 on Chariton. Brody Langens waits on deck. He's drawn 2 walks today. 3-1. We'll see how aggressive Chariton wants to get against the new pitcher. He takes inside for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Crown Point. You got to think they got... So Crown Point working with a little bit of momentum now. Pushed across 2 runs in the top half of the 5th. And then had a very quick 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half. We'll see what Langens has to say about potentially keeping that momentum. He has 2 walks today. So potentially if they could get 2 runners on for the top of their order, Crown Point could really have a serious comeback effort in place. First pitch from Nicola is low and inside for ball 1. Pick off to first. Chariton is back. Nicola trying to come with the when you look like you're coming set and then you throw to first instead of throwing to first after you come set. A lot of times runners aren't looking for that. 1-0 is fouled away by Langens and the count is 1-1. Pick off again to first. Chariton back on his knees. One the count to the 9-hitter Brody Langens. Nicola misses high and the count's 2-1. Nicola, walks haven't really been an issue for him. He has 9 walks to 34 strikeouts. He's been pretty solid in that department. 2-1. Misses high. 3-1 the count. Tell you, walks are one of the ways that you can get back into a game. Just keep pushing the line across, and eventually the big hit will come. Nicola looking to battle back. He catches the inside half of the plate. Langens thought it was ball 4. He started to head to first. But the count is full. Crowd starting to make noise. They can sense this is a big at-bat. Nicola comes set and delivers right down the middle for strike 3. The senior battles back and gets Langens looking for a big first out. So instead of 2 on, nobody out, it'll be 1 on and 1 out for the top of the Crown Point order, and Caden Matusak will step in. He's walked, struck out, and flown out to center field in his 3 at-bats. Nicola picks off again at first, but Chariton is back once again. First pitch to Matusak. Slider catches the outside corner for a strike. Chariton leads off of first. The leadoff hitter, Matusak, at the plate. Nicola kicks and delivers. 0-1 bounces. The count is now 1-1. Nicola looks over, now comes set. Delivers the 1-1, lined on the ground. Diving stop by Robinson. Throw to first. In time. My goodness, what a play by Robinson. Diving deep into the hole. Comes up with a strong throw to first and nails Matusak. That may have just taken over as the leading candidate for the play of the game. My goodness, Parker Robinson, the sophomore, nails Matusak at first. And now there's 2 out with a runner on second for Noah Ehrlich. Nicola looking to get halfway through what would be a 6-out save if he could finish this game. First pitch to Ehrlich is outside for ball 1. Ehrlich has 2 walks and a strikeout today. 1-0. Taken inside for a strike. Count is 1-1. Nicola kicks and delivers. Ehrlich swings and misses. Nicola fell down. Slipped on his plant foot and fell to his seat, but he's up, looks to be fine. And he's 1 strike away from getting out of the 6th with no runs allowed for Lake Central. One, 2 out, runner on second. Ehrlich awaits the 1-2. Popped up foul out of play into the parking lot. The count will remain 1-2. Nicola is set. 1-2 again. Ehrlich swings and misses. He'll run to first. The throw will be completed. Lake Central's 3 outs away from claiming the outright DAC first place position. They'll look to add on in the bottom half of the 6th. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We have a Strike and Van Til hometown scoreboard update for all of you. Lake Central and Crown Point softball edition on the other Region Sports stream in Crown Point. Lake Central came into the game at 11-0 in conference. Crown Point at 10-1. Lake Central wins it 5-1, and they have won the Duneland Athletic Conference for softball. So congratulations to them. And the baseball team is 3 outs away from shoring up first place, at least for the moment, in baseball. They lead at 7-3 and will look for insurance in this bottom half of the 6th. Thank you to Strike and Van Til. They are your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. No runs for Lake Central since the 2nd inning. They jumped out to a 7-0 lead and have stayed at 7 runs since then. Crown Point's pushed across 2 to make it 7-3, but this game has been all Lake Central. One bright spot for Crown Point has been the pitching of Logan Johnston. He is now working in his 5th inning of work, and he hasn't given up any runs to his name. 2-0 the count on O'Brien. He takes a fastball over the plate for strike 1. 2-1. Chopped on the ground to third, fielded by Cheriton. He will complete the throw to first for the first out. That'll bring Ryder Fernandez to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a single in the second.
Now batting third baseman, number 5, Ryder Fernandez.
Johnston looking to keep up his stellar line in this game. Popped up in the air, shallow right. Wagner waits on it and makes the catch for the second out. 2 quick outs so far for Lake Central. You know, those 7 runs came from a lot of patient at-bats and taking a lot of walks, but ever since the third, they've done their fair share of first pitch swinging and trying to ambush pitches, and it's not really worked to their credit. Since the third inning, they're just 1 for 12, and the only hit was a single from Drew Kostiba. He lines one in the air deep to left, and it will get out of play, foul. But yeah, it's almost, at least for the Lake Central offense, it's almost been the tale of 2 games. 7 runs in the first and second, none since. But that's sort of what Lake Central does. They're not the greatest hitting team in the world, but when they do get their runs, they come in bunches. The way they hit and the way they push the line across, it just makes for a rally. So they can go through a 1 for 12 stretch in the middle of a game, but since they know how to push across runs in bunches, that's just how they win games. To the count on Kostiba. Johnson looking for his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Popped up in the air again to right. Waiting under it again is Wagner, and he makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Logan Johnston. It'll be up to Crown Point to push across 4 runs to extend this game in the bottom half of the 7th. We'll have coverage next on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Lake Central is 3 outs away from moving to 11-0 in conference play and giving Crown Point their first loss at 10-1. These two will be playing again tomorrow at 4:30 in Crown Point. The Region Sports Network will have coverage of that game as well. But Lake Central would love to walk into that game with the 1-game advantage, and they're 3 outs away from doing just that. Zach Nicola is looking to complete what would be a 6-out save. He will deal to 3, 4, and 5 in the Crown Point order: Billy Chidsey, Sean Dunlap, and Jace Horton. First pitch to Chidsey is a curveball that misses upstairs. Crown Point, 4 runs is not completely insurmountable, but it will take a lot of work. 1-0, misses down. Count is 2-0, and I think if you're Crown Point, you got to tell your hitters, go up there and see some pitches, especially since this is the first time they've seen Nicola. This is his first time through the order, at least the top of the order. see some pitches, wait for something you like, because first pitch swinging is most likely not going to get it done. You got to maybe push some walks in there. And currently, Billy Chidsey has a 3-0 count, looking for a leadoff walk to potentially help Crown Point's comeback cause. 3-0. Get me over is there for a strike. 3-1 now on Chidsey, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout, all against the starter Josh Flores. Nicola into the windup for the 3-1. He misses down and in. Busting out of the box is Chidsey. He was almost in a full sprint to first, but he'll stop there with a leadoff walk.
Now batting the catcher, number 23, Sean Dunlap.
So a leadoff walk, and now the Tennessee commit catcher Sean Dunlap will step to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a single today. So a 5-pitch walk to Billy Chidsey. Dunlap takes a slider over the plate for strike 1. But patient at-bats are going to be the key if Crown Point wants to come back in this one. Nicola checks over at first, now comes set. Delivers the 0-1. Curveball misses inside. Count is 1-1 on Dunlap. Four hits in the game for Crown Point, all coming from the 3 hitters that are due up this inning, Chidsey, Dunlap, and Horton. 1-1 from Nicola. Up and in, and the ball gets away. Up to second is Chidsey. That's Lake Central's had their fair share of passed balls this game. I believe that's 4 or 5. Colburn has not had a great time behind the plate today, but a lot of them have been a lot of pitches he's had to jump and do a lot to get even a hand on it. 2-1 the count on Dunlap. Nicola kicks and delivers. Fastball just beneath the knees. And the count is 3-1 on Sean Dunlap. He's in a big hitter's count. We'll see if he attacks or if Nicola tries to just get over a fastball. We'll see if Dunlap tries to go after it. Fastball misses outside. 2 walks to lead off the inning for Crown Point. And now, with nobody out, don't look too far. The tying run's on deck. Crown Point battling and making Nicola earn these last 3 outs.
DH, number 27, Jace Horton.
That'll bring Jace Horton to the plate. He singled in his last at-bat in the 5th. 2 walks to start the inning for Zach Nicola. And Jace Horton digs into the box. First pitch from Nicola. Misses down and away. Count is 1-0. Horton has had a strong year hitting. He's hitting .387 on the year. Fastball misses outside again. And the count's 2-0 on Horton. And if I'm head coach Steve Strayer for Crown Point, I'm telling my guys, I'm not swinging until I see a strike. Because Nicola has really struggled to find the zone here to start this top half of the 7th. Time is called. And better yet, if you get to 3-0, I don't even know if I'm swinging until I see 2 strikes. We'll have to see, but Horton is ahead in the count. We'll see if he does try to swing away on maybe a get-me-over fastball. The fastball does come, and he takes it for strike 1. There is action in the Lake Central bullpen. Luke O'Keefe is starting to take some warm-up pitches. 2-1, misses downstairs to Horton. And he is in a major hitter's count at 3-1 as Nicola continues to struggle to find the zone. Nicola kicks and delivers. Grounded to third. Fielded by Fernandez. Steps on third for one. Throw to first. In time for the double play. And that's a killer for Crown Point. And that might be the knockout punch. 5-3 unassisted double play. That's a huge double play for Lake Central. Crown Point on the verge of getting the tying run up to the plate. And now there's 2 out with just a runner on second, with Lake Central still up 4 runs. That is an absolute killer for Crown Point. And it'll be up to Jackson Alexander to extend this game. He swings to the first pitch and grounds one to second. Villegas is up with it, throws to first in time. And Lake Central is 11-0 in DAC conference play. They have taken the outright lead for first place. They win it 7-3 over Crown Point. Crown Point was 1 ball away from loading the bases with nobody out. And within 2 pitches, the game's over thanks to some great defensive play from Lake Central. These two will meet tomorrow at 4:30 in Crown Point, where the Bulldogs will try to even up the standings at the top of the DAC. Pretty terrific game today. It's time to name some awards. After the break, you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crown Company's Lantern Man. Crown Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 370.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Lake Central wins it 7-3 over the Crown Point Bulldogs. It's time to name some awards, first of which will be the Crow Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. We have a few options here. All right, Josh Flores is a strong candidate. 5 innings of 3-run ball. He did a pretty good job on the mound today. Nicola with a save, 2 innings of no-run ball, even though he did walk a few people and made it scary in the bottom half. Put up a pretty strong performance. I think I'm going to go with, however, Drew Kostiba for Lake Central, who had a double and a single, went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, opened the game with a Big, monstrous hit, got the momentum quickly for Lake Central after Crown Point got the first run of the game, led it 1-0. Drew Costibo really flipped the momentum of this game. He's going to be your Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are the insurance professionals, proud to recognize the superheroes on the diamond. Next of which is the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. This is a pretty easy pick for me, at least. It's going to be Logan Johnston of Crown Point. He came in when the game was 4-1. Pitched 5 innings, only gave up 1 hit, and none of those runs that he gave up were to his name. So 5 innings of no earned runs. Coming in relief, was working hard out there, and really kind of kept Crown Point in this one when it looked like it was all over for them. He is your Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And lastly, we have the Ironworkers 395 play of the game. This was a terrific play. It's going to be Parker Robinson in the 6th inning, diving deep into the hole. Backhanded play, got up, made the long throw to first, and made it in time to thwart what would have been a big Crown Point rally. Go to ironworkers395.org to start your future as a union ironworker. So congratulations to Parker Robinson. That's going to be all for us here. We'd like to thank everyone who helped make this broadcast possible. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager, Rick Castillo. Our coordinating producer, Zach Miller. Our sports director, Mike Dewan, who was also on production today, manning the camera next to me. And big thank you to Thalen Steiner for manning the camera outside. To the coaches, Steve Strayer of Crown Point and Mike Schwartzentruber of Lake Central. The athletic directors, Bill Derula of Crown Point and Chris Enyard of Lake Central. And all of you watching on Facebook, YouTube, on IHSAA, and on RegionSports.com. We thank you, and have a great rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen.